thank you so much for tuning in for Sustainable Fashion Fest Barcelona. If you missed yesterday, you weren't on the beach in Barcelona, you're in luck. We have lots of highlights from yesterday. We'll be streaming throughout the day. Right now it's 11, 15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going live again at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then one last time at 4 p.m. from 4 to 6 for a humongous cross beach party where we'll be hopefully able to enjoy the beautiful beach experience that the Omniverse City team has built inside of Omniverse City while we share some of the cool, fun streams going on directly from Barcelona. I have with me Luis Garcia, our native Sustainable Fashion Fest expert. He was in Madrid last year. And obviously, a lot of the event in Barcelona is in Spanish. So Luis is going to be here to kind of break down for us a little bit about what we're seeing today. And it's just kind of cool to have all these different culture. Great background, Luis. Where are you? You're muted.
Hey guys, well, I'm in a beautiful home called Casa Mutante. It's an artist that made this whole architecture, has a lot of art, a lot of good presentations. We do small events here and there. We have fun activities in the background, and pretty much it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what-
coming. I'm coming to stay with you. That's it. I'm moving in.
Come over, guys. You guys are welcome.
So, Luis, you watched most of the stream yesterday and you were at Madrid last year. What I want to do with you over the next little bit is I want to share some of the clips from Madrid last year and then as well as Omniverse City. So, I have a couple of clips from the actual fashion of experiences that happened physically in Madrid. I have a recap from a little bit of blend of Omniverse City and featuring our partner, Talia de Moda. And then we have a special word from Sume Cacao. So these were some of the partners that participated with us last year. We wanted to give them a shout out. And then you'll see some of the really great brands this year. But what stood out to me, Luis, watching Barcelona versus Madrid, is you're only talking about a 6 month span. And what I love about Leticia is she's not going to let anything get in her way. A lot of people don't know Barcelona is the home for one of the largest fashion events in the world. It's where they do the Mercedes-Benz fashion, event. So everybody's very familiar with Spain and catwalks. Talk to us a little bit about, what have you observed, Luis, on this journey? You're muted, bub.
Well, Charlene, thank you for that. There sure is a lot of competition in between each other. I love that they all have their own style. They have their own different models. The only way they actually handle themselves among the different environments that they're going through. I really appreciate mostly the warmth of both sides. Barcelona and Madrid, when we were there, they were always willing to help and very excited when we showed them the digital copy from the Proxima Estación Stadium. It was just amazing. They had a blast. But when they started listening their language and the presentation for Omniverse City, they were so eager to start something new directly with us because they knew that they were looking at the press at the future that happens to be right now. It, it's just amazing.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. And one of the things that really stood out to me this year was the production element. We're going to show a little clip from Madrid and then we'll talk a little bit about that.
That works for me.
Oh, let me share my audio.
Fuego en la voz, agua en la piel, bendito el dolor que nos hizo creer si el pasado nos puso en llamas. O bailamos sobre la llama. De fuego y agua, seguimos, no paramos. O sea, desde Madrid hasta el mundo volamos. Fuego y agua, seguimos, no vamos. Desde Madrid hasta el mundo volamos. Cada gota cura, cada llama guía. Desde somos la nueva energía. Fuego y agua, la ciudad despierta. Corazón de hierro y alma abierta. Nada nos rompe, todo nos cambia. La from shadows build our flame. Every loss just carved our name. We don't drown, we ride the tide, turning struggle into pride. Every city beats a drum, every voice becomes a song. From Madrid the way begins, the future starts where we begin. Agua que sana, fuego que guía. La noche es larga, pero hay vida, luz en los ojos, piel encendida. Estamos vivos, somos la guía. Fuego y agua somos la calle, fluyendo fuerte, rompiendo valles. Aro de la ruina, nace la fe. En España sigue Spain on my fuego y agua somos agua, fluyendo fuerte, rompiendo valles. Aro de la ruina, nace la fe. En España sigue Spain on my bed. Somos fuego, somos agua.
And now that's a representation of what was happening there in Proxima Estacion. And if you joined us last year, you will know that we made a digital twin of Proxima Estacion. In a minute, we're going to take you into the virtual uh, Fuego Y Agua, hosted in Proxima Estacion inside of Omniverse City. And then we'll also take you to Fuego Y Agua inside of Fortnite. So this was the first time that we had created an experience in Omniverse City that we then brought into Fortnite. And this huge boost in conjunction with what Leticia did there physically got the attention of the world. And when we show you in a little bit some of the clips that Luis had pulled out to showcase what is going on right now in Barcelona, it's just unbelievable. Although that was beautiful, the artistry, the clothing, everything's sustainable. So it's incredible to think that most of those clothes are made of either, organic, natural materials or some sort of upcycling. But the way that they stepped up for Barcelona is just absolutely incredible. So now I'm going to share with you a little bit of a compilation of the virtual and the physical, kind of get you guys ready for you know that whole hybrid experience we're going to have today.
Can't wait. I'm so excited.
En Madrid prendimos fuego, pero aquí el mar lo convierte en vino. Fuego que quema, agua que sana. Esto es Barcelona, esto es playa, esto es vibra. Por mi gente, por la arena, por el arte. Desde Madrid con el fuego en cada parte. Pero en Varna lo bajamos suavecito. Con sal en la piel y brillo infinito. Traigo cenizas de lo que fue ayer. Pero el mal la borra sin preguntar. Porque cada ola limpia lo que dolió. Y en la orilla nueva el sueño nació. Sol pegando piel dorada, movimiento lento, vibra relajada. Fuego en la mirada, agua en el cuerpo. Bailando en la playa, viviendo el monumento. Fuego en la voz, agua en la piel. Lo que dolió ahora nos hace crecer. Si en Madrid ardimos sin miedo, hoy el mar nos lleva de nuevo. Fuego y agua, mami no paramos. Desde Barcelona hasta el mundo volamos. Cada gota sana, cada llama guía. Hoy brillamos duro, pura energía. Fuego y agua, la playa despierta. Cuerpo en movimiento, mente abierta. Bajo el sol todo se transforma. La corriente nos lleva sin normas. I'm on fire, now we drip like waves. Turn all the pain into power we crave. Ashes behind, now we stepping in gold. Every grain shining, every story told. Palm trees swaying, rhythm in the air. Salt on the skin, we don't gotta care. From struggle to shine, yeah, we flip the code. Now we ride the tide, let it overflow. From Bastion Beach where the diamonds gleam, to Ocean Beach living out a dream. We don't break, we evolve, we glow. This is the vibe, this is the flow. Agua que limpia lo que dolía, fuego que vive en la melodía. Las cenizas ya no nos pesan, porque las olas las regresan. La arena nueva bajo los pies, brillando fuerte como una otra vez. Glisten glowing, shining like a light. Diamond dancing in Barcelona.
So it's just really cool that if you've ever hosted an event before, it's a lot of work, And it's funny, if you look at a lot of events, you look at like festivals, you look at like Coachella, you look at these big, huge multi-day festivals, and obviously you get clips, you get videos. Yeah, you get a lot more clips of people getting ready for these events than you do of them enjoying these events. And the reason is people are having fun. They're enjoying the event. They're not really able, it's extremely difficult to capture an event live. And one of the things I've really enjoyed working with Sustainable Fashion Fest is we've been able to really capture, and again, nothing can capture what it's like at these events physically. They're just incredible. But at least we've been able to give these all of these coordinators, think about all the work that goes into setting something like this up, getting the guests aware, selling the tickets to the attendees, getting the designers involved, producing these fashion shows, booking the music. It's just an incredible amount of work, only to have it done in just 2 to 3 short days. And one of the biggest prides I have of Omniverse City, being an event organizer myself, is the ability to create these capsules in time. Luis, what do you think about that? Did it like trigger any memories for you, kind of seeing some of those cool things that we did in in Madrid rather, and kind of getting that like remembrance of like just a few short months ago where we've come from?
Oh man, tell me about it. You're totally right. It's very difficult to capture an event like this that has so many factors that you have to take into consideration, that they have to be so perfect for just a small amount of time, and only for a little introduction for a collection that will happen. Everything has to be perfect, everything has to be taken care of. All the level of detail, that orientation that you have in order to make these events is something that's beyond words. I do remember it, and it was just so amazing to see all of the collections from the designers that I had already talked to. Most of them we had already closed. They're, well, pretty much the brands when they were doing the introductions, and it's so uplifting whenever you're seeing their dream manifested into something that's material, that they can profit out of it, and they can send it over to the world, helping the planet into becoming a safer and more sustainable place where we can hang out. Eh?
I completely agree with you. And Luis, I know you sent me some links to some of your favorite moments from yesterday. Were some of these were the fashion show, right?
Yeah, actually, I do have the times as we speak. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want,
I
well,
actually, you did a great job. I didn't even know you could do this. You linked it right to the timestamp.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I still have the seconds by number if you want.
Well, let me just play this. And now I'm going to kind of play this by ear just because I want to give you guys a glimpse kind of what happened yesterday. I know a lot of our audience is, they're not Spanish speaking. So we'll share them and kind of, I mean, I watched them yesterday. I don't speak Spanish. And I found it very interesting, even though I couldn't truly understand what they were talking about. I kind of was getting the gist just from the audio visual. So here we go.
El mercado es una perla. Tiene cosas muy buenas, pero también tiene cosas muy malas. ¿Vale? Y ahí es muy importante tener resiliencia. Cuando me pasó esto de las imitaciones, yo podía haber desistido. Podía empezar a gastarme dinero en poner reclamaciones para intentar reclamar mi espacio, pero eran grandes superficies las que habían traído. Entonces, tenía bastante difícil poder ganar el juicio. Entonces decidí, pues bueno, gastar el dinero en un vídeo, en darme a conocer más, en presentar más el propósito que había detrás del proyecto. Y con el tiempo, este mes de abril hicimos 9 años, pues en los 8 últimos años hemos conseguido dejar de lado más de 65 millones de bolsas de plástico. ¿Vale? Tenemos en circulación más de 200.000 bolsetas de estas, están circulando. Y suponiendo que solo se usen una vez a la semana, que utilizamos más de una vez, pues por todos los años que llevamos son 65 millones de bolsas menos que hemos evitado. En superficie son como 52 campos de fútbol llenos de bolsas de plástico que, por desgracia, en una parte importante podrían acabar en las islas de plástico que tenemos en nuestros océanos. Por eso es importante pensar que las acciones individuales tienen consecuencias positivas y negativas, pero en este caso positivas. aprovechando esta frase de Gandhi, ¿no? De que no esperes que el mundo cambie, sé tú el motor de ese cambio, actualmente he ampliado mi misión, ¿vale? Mi propósito se ha ampliado, continúa siendo el de la sostenibilidad y el impacto social, pero además de comercializar, de continuar con la comercialización de las bolsas, pues he ampliado y estoy intentando llegar a empresas y organizaciones para que la sostenibilidad forme parte de sus equipos, porque hay muchas veces que la sostenibilidad o los criterios de ESG, que ahora son hay muchas empresas que son obligados, pues no llegan a las plantillas, quedan en los informes, quedan en los PDFs de la web, pero las personas del equipo, pues que no forman parte del departamento de sostenibilidad, pues es que la sostenibilidad, como si les hablaras en chino, no va con ellos al departamento. Entonces, intentar, con estas acciones que estoy promoviendo de sensibilización, pues llegar un poco más allá. Y yo le
So, Luis, do you want to tell us? It sounds like she's talking about plastics in the
Yeah.
ocean and the impact they have on the world. Now, is this the whole clip or is there more of the clip that you wanted to show?
Oh, I just wanted to show you a couple of seconds. As a matter of fact, I would only show a couple of seconds in Spanish, and I just clip a small little pieces of it. But I'm gonna tell you what happened there. She was talking actually about the 52 football fields that she stopped from becoming waste by bringing her own bag, disposable bag, sustainable bag that she is making with her own reusable, upcycling services. And then she just has been having a lot of impact on a lot of options with a very minimalistic viewpoint. She's telling us that whenever someone is using a disposable bag, the plastic bags, those are being thrown away every single time. If you only, she has been working there for a couple of years, and along that time, if we're just going conservative, she has been avoiding like those 52 fields of disposable waste on bags. And she pretty much, her name is Irene Tato Sanz. So she opened the session with a powerful reflection on circular economy and the human impact behind sustainable business models, emphasizing the importance of connecting purpose, community, and future vision. That is why she created the product, and she is pretty much she's a really awesome girl. She's going to all over the place, to all of the organizations that she can reach out to, so they can start helping the planet by avoiding waste, and then they can start doing the reusable bags.
Well, you touch on something I can't believe I haven't thought of until now. We're working on a big project with supporting the host cities in the United States that are going to be inviting people from all over the world to come in. And these are hundreds of thousands, millions of people that are coming to the country and hundreds of thousands of new people coming to these cities. And I guess I never really thought about the additional garbage that they're going to bring with them. This is going to be a really big problem. So, really encouraging people when they're traveling to pack, extra bags to make portability easier is so smart. And it's definitely something that we're going to focus on when we share this clip. So let's go to the next one you have here, Luis. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Awesome. Next one is Alvaro Velasquez. I don't know if you can see it.
Okie dokie. I'm going to share it now.
Yeah.
Otros vais y ya tienen una sección de segunda vida, que es ropa de otras marcas que ellos las compran. Tú puedes encontrar de Benetton, de Zara, de Bresca, que no tiene nada que ver con ellos, pero ellos ya están comprando esos stock, los están volviendo a perfeccionar y les están dando una segunda oportunidad. Entonces, esos son los planes de acción que están tomando a nivel corporativo estas grandes empresas. Pero
now this one I know. It's saying the limits of the traditional models. Am I right?
100%. Yes.
Okay. And he's talking about, it looks like social media, SEO, digital marketing.
Yeah, he's also doing that, but at the same time, they're giving the upcycling service to the handbags from the big brands. He actually shared in a strategic perspective on how sustainability can be integrated into the core of brands' business models. So he's demonstrating that profitability and positive impact can successfully grow together. And he's 100% focusing upcycling by creating the systems, and he's just pretty much giving the second life to things that were already discarded. You never know
Now,
what you're gonna get, right?
I really want to talk about the power of the the flexible hybrid, not even hybrid, the fusion design that we're using here in Omniverse City for Sustainable Fashion Fest Barcelona. So, assuming you could even get to the live stream, you may not even understand, what they're talking about. You may see the passion and see everybody so excited and really feel like, wow, I wish I understood, what this message was. And Luis, I'm so grateful to have you here to break it down for us because I think it's important that we realize that no matter where we are in the world, these are the conversations we're having. It's not like people in Barcelona are hanging out with us to listen to what we're talking about, but this is what we talk about every single day, not only in Omniverse City, but in the communities that come here. And I think that's really important. We do have our special guest, the creator of the beautiful things that you see in Omniverse City, Jay Filipovich in
I
the
was
audience.
going to say,
So,
Charlene, my Gucci hat is actually an upcycled hat. It was actually a Gucci jacket at one time, and it got a big tear down the side. And Bowlegs' grandma took the jacket and cut it into 5 different hats. So that Gucci hat that I
oh,
wear, that's upcycled.
I had no idea. I was wondering, I'm like, never saw that hat before. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be a Gucci jacket at one time.
It's funny. My little girl, when she was a baby, they had this program where you could send in your favorite outfit and then they would turn it into a pocketbook. I still have it to this day. Her little jean dress I have,
There's a
you
lady
know.
locally here that does that too. She takes you, bring her ripped clothing and stuff. She turns it into new clothing for you.
I love that, but I love this especially because it was like the ability to take a artifact. Let's face it, a lot of our, we don't save our baby clothes, so I thought it was a great way to preserve your baby clothes. So, okay, here's the next clip.
Marcas con un impacto ambiental, un impacto social. Nosotros trabajamos con pequeños talleres de artesanos en Guatemala, empoderando estos talleres, empoderando a las mujeres, a las costureras, para que sea un trato justo con el trabajo manual. Por eso el concepto de maquila en Guatemala es un concepto muy esclavizante, digámoslo de esta forma, como muy explotador. Entonces mi concepto es pagar justo, pagar bien a este trabajo que es duro, utilizando mis materiales ecológicos que utilizamos, no solo el PET reciclado, sino que también hemos desarrollado algodón reciclado de prendas ya viejas, las convertimos en tela, o sea, lo deshilamos el algodón y volvemos.
Okay, now this I definitely understand. So this man is talking about, first of all, this guy's a G. Look at him.
Right.
And it sounds like he's from Guatemala. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. He's from Guatemala.
Yeah, and I could tell that even without one of our partners actually built a vision hospital in Guatemala. So you could tell the Guatemala textiles from a mile away. They have a very specific cultural like representation that is just chef's kiss. Absolutely beautiful. And it's
Right.
timeless, right? It's absolutely timeless. Like this guy is still trending now. And that pattern is probably like 500 years old.
That's right. That's unlimited.
And so it sounds like he was talking about making textiles out of these raw materials, like taking this waste and turning it into luxury textiles. That's kind of again, my Spanish is from fifth grade Espanol, right? But I kind of picked up some little things there. So break it down for us, Luis.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. He's actually from Guatemala. His name is Johannes Lutman. He is recommending companies into paying properly, paying fairly. That's what he's right now talking about in that part. And he's also mentioning that instead of using organic cotton, they can use reusable cotton that they 100% take apart and then rinse and reuse it again. And he's also using the pet from the um, what's the name of it, from the bottles that they
Yeah.
are disposing of. Then he's actually making clothes out of it, and he explored obviously the challenges and opportunities within responsible manufacturing. So this represents he presented innovative textile solutions, and the production models focus on creating the meaningful positive impact across the industry. So he's 100% focused on the 2030 agenda. That's a thing that is actually happening very not so long, in less than
And,
four
a
years.
lot of people don't know about the ESG goals. They're a real
Mhm.
thing, and 2030 is 4 years away, actually 3.5, and we're nowhere near reaching some of these goals. And a lot of these goals are related to virtual, visualization and simulations and creating digital twins of, different, people's places and things to kind of create, because we don't have time for evolution anymore. Evolution is way ahead of us. So the beauty of simulators and events like this is it creates these kind of like, I mean, listen, we got the king of quantum here, so I'm going to take a stab at telling you my perception of quantum and how it relates to what we know as time travel. But the ability to create these like multiple dimensions of time that technically don't exist, but they do because of the technology that we're creating to build that bridge. It's pretty remarkable. Now, Jay, I know you know the technical, facts behind quantum, so feel free to kind of break that down for me. Is there any truth to what I'm saying with regards to kind of creating new opportunities by creating these new dimensions in
No,
time?
more like looking into a field of infinite dimensions and possibilities and picking the one that works for you in that situation.
Okay, I'm all in. That's great.
So all
Pick your
electrons,
reality.
all subatomic particles, a quantum state is a state of uncertainty. All atoms don't exist in a single point of space and time until it's observed by the observer.
That's
So,
crazy.
and it's weird. It's kind of it's
Kind of like if a tree falls in the forest, and nobody saw it, did it really happen? It's kind of like
no,
that
more
whole
like that tree never fell in the forest until there was an observer there to witness it fall. It's
right.
impossible for it to fall without the observer.
Wow, that's pretty profound. Now, one of the other things that you mentioned that he said, Luis, that is super, super, super important, and it's a missed opportunity for luxury brands, I think, to talk about, because they get a bad rap for, high prices and all these different things. But being from the eye care industry and working very closely with luxury brands, I understand that artistry has a price, right? And if you do it right, if you're a conscious company that wants to make sure that your all of the people in your ecosystem are being compensated properly, you're going to make sure that every individual is getting a fair wage. You're going to make sure that the materials that you're using are, fair quality. You want to make sure if you're making a promise, even if it's on a cheap product, you're still making a promise. And you want to make sure if your promise is quality, that you're, making the right investment to do that. And there's this really big opportunity for the world of business to understand the connection between the right investment and the right quality. Let's call it serendipitous optimization of everything, right? We really need to have the right, budget for the right project at the right time. We need to get the right people. We need to find that perfect alignment. This idea of cutting corners to make ends meet is really, unfortunately, at a time when everything's becoming more expensive than ever. It's just not. It's not a luxury that brands have anymore. The end consumer is demanding. Not only are they demanding quality, but they're actually demanding accountability. They want to make sure that, let's say, for instance, you're working with artisans in different countries, which is a big practice in, handmade bespoke products. There are people working in some cases villages making this stuff that are just using, like we were talking about with Guatemala, centuries old art, artisanal practices. And there's a big push in the sustainability industry to raise awareness to where these workers are and to make sure that even if they're living in a village where there isn't a lot of like the resources that we come to love and respect, it doesn't mean that they have any less rights than we do. I've been to a lot of different sustainability fashion events over the last few years. I've spoken at a few of them. Shout out to Ambriel Pouncey, founder of Fusion Fashion Fest. She really did open my eyes to so many things. And I'm telling you, there are some incredible executives in this space that, kind of worked for companies where when sustainability was, I guess, cool, and they just got rid of their entire sustainability departments, and these individuals are still doing their work without these incomes. They're still trying to find ways to fund their work. So really truly a great opportunity for everyone to get to understand the sustainability ecosystem. Any last words from you, Luis?
Well, no, not really. But we are 100% focused on making the beautiful connection. One of the things that I have been realizing is that whenever we're gathering science, which is the importance of the platform for Omniverse City, with the nature that we're vibing in, and making it sustainable and affordable, is just the way to go. It's just the best process that we can go into reality, so we can help the planet have a be a better place for the next generation.
Now, this session I actually watched, and I watched the whole thing. I was completely fascinated. It appears that this woman has some sort of
¿De
like
alguien
a
hoy? ¿No?
transformational quick change scarf, but I could
¿Qué
be wrong.
más? ¿No? El Día de la Madre, que fue el domingo pasado, sí. Entonces, alrededor de una mesa, o sea que realmente... Entonces, investigué y digo, claro, esto, si miramos, hace cuánto... Que sí, pero no, pero que sí, pero no. Primer día que nos reunimos, mensaje de Leticia. Sustainable Fashion, ¿no? Sustainable Fashion Fest. Y digo, pues tenemos un producto. O sea, no teníamos nada, teníamos una idea, pero no teníamos nada cosido, nada hecho. No teníamos ni la marca, no teníamos ni... Y dices, bueno, pues sí, vamos, sí, pues... Primero le preguntamos si le parecía una buena idea, porque cómo encajaba un babero en un festival, ¿no? Como este, con, claro, alta costura, ¿no? Muchos de vosotros, ostras, me siento pequeña. Y sí, Leticia nos animó y dijimos, pues ya está, esto es el universo que nos dice, oye, que hay que estar aquí. Después de 12 años, pues a lo mejor os lo merecéis, ¿no? Pues aquí estamos. Entonces venimos a presentar Fularis. Este es Fularis, ¿vale? Un aplauso para Fularis. Después de...
Now,
Entonces,
I'll tell you
Fularis.
what stood out to me with this presentation, Luis, and it's why I watched it all the way through. This woman is explosive. She's dynamic, and she helped me to realize I don't speak that fast. I was like,
Oh my
wow.
god!
I was just thinking the same thing the whole time. I was like, slow down.
Gee, I was like, I found my people. I got to learn to speak Spanish. I can speak as fast as I want. She was like, "Brrr." I was like, whoa. So break it down for us, Luis. I heard a shout out to Sustainable Fashion Fest. It sounded like she was saying you could nurse a baby using this. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's for the baby's baby doll. How you call the thing that you put in the baby whenever he's eating?
The burping cloth?
Yep, that's the one. So
Oh.
she made that. She made a little scarf, and she made it then into different concepts. But what's pointing out is that she had no product when she started. She didn't know what to do. She was only like trying to make a product having to without having all those collections from all the brands. Actually, she's very very interesting. She's heartwarming to me because she's very humble. She's even telling the designers, "I feel small next to you guys." But she brought an inspiring and human-centered perspective. She encouraged the attendees to reflect on how small everyday actions can transform experiences and create a new path towards inclusion and social awareness. So pretty much, it's an every single day step that you take. It's that makes the actual growth, not knowing what you are going to do. And
Now,
that's pretty much that. Yeah.
this is a very, very important topic, and it's something that Jay and I experience every day in Omniverse City. So, the biggest takeaway I had from what you just said, Luis, is this woman um, obviously has a dynamic personality, could probably package herself as a product, as a speaker or a key opinion leader. I'm sure she could find a way to present herself as a product. But very few people either know how to do that or have any interest in doing that. So there's a very large amount of people, as the world is shifting from a employer based ecosystem to an entrepreneur based ecosystem, and that's happening. Period. It's not going back in the other direction. People aren't going to be racing back to the cubicle anytime soon. But the COVID kind of blew open the doors for everyone to escape that 9 to 5 prison that all of us decided we just didn't want. After like your first 5, 10 years of working a job like that, you're like, wow, is this all there is? And for many years, that was just, the way it worked in the modern world. You got an adult, you work 9 to 5, you retire at 50, you die between 70 and 90. See you later, bye. And the rest of the world now, this younger generation, I would say from like 40 and up and under, are like, no, that's not how this works. I want to live my life. I want to decide how much of my work life balance is work and life, and I want to change that decision daily. So if today I want to take a day off, I don't want to have to like fight with my boss or have him, come into the hospital to see me if I'm sick to find out how long it's going to be before I get back to work. I want to be in control of my future. And it looks like this woman said that same thing. She said, I want a product that I could put out there that I can turn into a business. And she didn't know, what that product was going to be. So she found a niche and she solved it. And I have so much respect for that entrepreneurial spirit. It's something we should really encourage.
Yeah, she only started walking the walk, and then she became the person. She became the role. And then she's now doing the introduction into International Fashion Fest, and she's now inside of Omniverse City.
Exactly.
It's funny you
Okay.
say that. We have a saying. It says, "Find the job that needs to be done and become the person who does it." And that's
Wow.
basically what she did.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I miss the office. I miss the camaraderie of the office. I miss dressing up in my nice suits and hanging around with other people in nice suits. But then again, I'm very much a madman.
But I didn't see any of the fashion shows on here, Luis. I know they had one, no?
Oh no, we're not even there. We're about to get there. That's at the bottom. We're right now looking at the Congress that happened, and
Let me see.
we just saw Fundación MAP. She's the one that created the little scarf. Because right
So
now we have the last presentation for the organization Durga, DORGA. She pretty much presented a comprehensive approach to responsible manufacturing as well. She addressed sustainable process from raw materials to final production, while highlighting the importance of evolving towards a more conscious and effective systems. But that's pretty much what she said, the Durga organization. And now we saw there were some DJs from Dex Force, and they started with DJ Carol.
well, I found that clip, so I'll just play it from there, and
Awesome.
I'll let this play, for a little while now as well, because this is beautiful. This was when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Very well. Exactly.
And you can watch this full video on Sustainable Fashion Fest. We'll be dropping the link. Look at that Hotel Vela. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. All right. Is this where the fashion show starts?
Yeah, next to it, the one that I wanted to show you, I showed the end material or the end product at 53.49. That's where you want to go.
Oh, this is a fashion show, though.
Yeah, yeah, but that's the runway. But 53.49, it's Chalinda handmade and all her collection.
Okay. What a beautiful place to have a fashion show.
Right. Look at her go. That whole collection right there is showing. Raquel Robles, an ex Miss Universe. Oh, Miss
Qué
Spain.
maravilla de desfile. Un fuerte aplauso, por favor, para Chelín Handmade. No sé vosotras, pero y vosotros, pero bueno, esto ha sido diosas griegas caminando por el Bastian Beach, me ha
I'm
encantado.
so happy for her,
Quería
Luis.
también
This is
deciros
beautiful.
que, bueno, se está emitiendo todo por streaming gracias a Omniverse City, con metaverso e inteligencia artificial,
Oh, that's
porque en
so
el Sustainable
cool.
Fashion Fest también somos tecnológicos.
Oh.
Y ahora, para continuar, os voy a presentar una
I
nueva
wanted you to see that.
que participa este año, que es Beatriz Arderbol. Ella es una diseñadora con una esencia muy bonita. Empezó en la moda gracias a una herencia de su abuela, que fue una máquina de coser. Y gracias a ello decidió diseñar un modelo para...
And I think it's important. I think it's important to express that teamwork is not always easy, you know? And, you know, Leticia represents a lot of people who have a dream, right? So do I. So do you, Luis. So do you, Jay. And so does everyone watching us. And to think about how we're able to come together from different countries, from different languages, from different industries, from different realities, from different dimensions. We're choosing the dimensions that we want to be in. The trees are falling because we're seeing it, right? We're witnessing it. We're bearing witness to that. When we do these portals in time that we're having here now, they're open. The gates are open. And we're going to be taking a pause and coming back at 1 p.m. And we'll do this again. And we'll do this with one person. We'll do this with 1,000 people, and we'll do this with 1 million people, because it only takes one person to witness. And what we do here in Omniverse City is we share and we stream. And the reason I'm so touched is they took a moment during that gorgeous, beautiful event to recognize us and what we're doing here. And Leticia, I'm so appreciative. Congratulations, sweetheart. You absolutely deserve it. I consider you mi hermana. I'm so proud to stand by your side. Luis, thank you for all of the work that you have continued to put in. You're such a soldier. You're such a kind soul. The way you get behind women in business and support them with strength and with patience and with just, no holds barred attitude is something I truly appreciate and commend. If you'd like to get involved, in Sustainable Fashion Fest for Madrid, which is going to come in just a few short months, reach out to us and Luis can help you to figure out um, where you can get involved. And Jay, I can't even thank you enough for getting behind me and Leticia's dream. You continue to amaze us later on today. We're going to get to witness the beautiful things that you've built. And go ahead. I'd love to hear. Well, Jay, I'd love to hear from
Actually, I
you,
was
and
going
then
to
I'd
say
love
I'm
to hear from
uploading it right now.
Awesome, awesome. So, what 1 p.m. when we come back, we'll do the full walk through my makeup. So Jay, talk to us a little bit about what went into you building the experiences from taking the Fuego Y Agua. Shout out from Rob. Rob's not feeling so well, so let's send him our love and blessings. But Rob took this vision from nothing. He didn't have a sketch. He didn't have an image. He didn't have a picture. He just had a couple of words, kind of like a prompt with ChatGPT. I said, okay, we need a fashion show. We need a digital twin of this venue. And I need something in there that makes it look sustainable. And he built a waterfall runway. I mean, oh my goodness, how absolutely gorgeous. And Jay, you got your hands on that and did magic with it. Talk to us a little bit about Madrid and how was what you built with Madrid different from what you're building here in Barcelona?
Well, I've been to both Madrid and Barcelona when I was dealing with a lot of guys out there. So I've been to many fashion shows out there with those guys, more on the hip hop and urban fashion, but which is really big out there, but much bigger than I was anticipating. Oh man, but yeah, it's a very odd place, but it's because it's so much different from all of other Europe. All like you're I don't even consider that area part of Europe because it's kind of its own little microcosm, you know? It's kind of like how New Orleans is technically part of the United States and then when you go there it's like, wow, this is part of the United States, you know? So I try to keep that in mind when building these things. Like if it were like in France, I could be like, "Oh, mon cher," and just throw my French stuff in there, you know, but it was a challenge because it's a culture that I'm somewhat experienced with, but I'm still very much an outsider.
Well, and one of my favorite parts was making the music. And I really struggled with this because I don't know a lot of Spanish artists, and I didn't want to disrespect the culture by creating music that wasn't, like representative of the sounds and the moods and the energy. And Leticia used our music for both. She used it for the actual catwalk in Madrid, and she played it throughout the event. In Barcelona. And, when she showed it to me, we both had tears in our eyes because she had a piece of us there. We were able to produce music from Omniverse City. And when we talk about hybrid, we have to remember, obviously the obvious is we can have like, shout out to the team at Coachella that had the amazing Blackpink experience with the Angel. Like that was just absolutely incredible. But it doesn't always have to be so dramatic. I mean, something as simple as a song from that we built in Omniverse City to show our respect and appreciation for the artistry there. It just feels so good to see your work being incorporated and feeling like you're there even though you're not there. It really was a great feeling. And Jay, I hope you feel the same seeing the stuff that you've put your hard work in, being appreciated and seeing them give us a shout out from the beach, Bastion Beach. Oh my God, what a beautiful place to be recognized.
Yeah, it's a big. Okay, so there's like a worldwide surfing tour that they do, and Bastion Beach is like up there at the top during the finals with Pismo Beach and stuff like that. So it's a really heavy surf community. But my favorite part was when I was an audio engineer, I would record artists from Spain. I've recorded Pitbull a few times. And I would bring in a translator because my Spanish just wasn't strong enough. Yeah, I could understand the words, but I don't understand the intent, the emotion, what you're going through when you're saying this. So I'd have to bring a translator in, not to translate the words, but to translate the feeling, the emotion, the intent, stuff like that.
Thank you so much, Jay. Beautiful thoughts and concepts. Luis, last word goes to you, my friend.
Well, I'm nothing but excited. I'm humbled and amazed of the beautiful work that Leticia has been doing all these months, all this year, and since we started working on this project, since I started working alongside her, she has been a source of inspiration constantly because she knows what she wants, she knows how she wants it, and she knows how to fix things uh, when you didn't know that they were broken. She knows how to fix everything. She knows how to handle, talk to you, and she is just an amazing person with an amazing purpose. And when she started introducing the concept to me, I fell in love with it right there and then on the spot. So I understand that the universe is going to bring something amazing because we're doing the change that is required for the world to be a better place. I really appreciate everything. And most importantly, that Sustainable Fashion Fest led me to be alongside the titans of Omniverse City, Charlie Nichols and Jay Filipovich. Like I'm
Oh, you
talking,
say it better than me.
I'm talking to awesome people. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everything.
Well, I didn't know you were going to go for that one, Louise. Good for you. It's the P. It's the P master. But no, one thing I love about what we do is it's very inclusive. So we can invite people from around the world to come and leverage what we've built. Someone like Leticia, she's not a hands on use case. So she's not coming in and hanging out and getting an avatar and running around Omniverse City or playing the games, but she's using it in different ways. And I think the biggest takeaway I hope people have from this is there's different ways to use this technology. It doesn't necessarily always have to be for creation or for even immersion. It could be for distribution because we're distributing her message right now. We're repurposing her message in a new way. Oh, Jay, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
It's discoverability for an entire new generation of people. Like, keep in mind, we have an entire generation of kids coming out of Roblox right now, and they're looking for the next thing.
I came up with a slogan today that I think is going to go on my email on everything I do, and that is the youth is the source of truth. And I hope that scares the hell out of you because it should. Because they're the ones that are coming in to take over, the world from us eventually. And we can't allow their roads to not be paved. We can't allow them to pave their own roads. We have to participate in working alongside of them, whether we understand them or not, whether we agree with them or not. We've got to really listen to what their needs are because eventually they're going to be the ones taking over all the vehicles on the road. And we got to make sure that we're not just equipping the environments that we're in today, whether they're physical, virtual, doesn't matter. We got to make sure we're not equipping the environments we have today for where we are now. We have to make sure we're equipping them for the future because the future is coming so much faster now than ever before. Jay, it sounded like you were going to say something. I love your thoughts on this stuff because you're,
I was gonna
you know,
say, I hope they hurry up and take over because I'm tired, boss. But no, I love the fact that they're coming into the first time in our history where they'll be doing it themselves. They're not going to be exploited by somebody else. Like they have these tools. They're their tools and they're free now.
well, I mean, look at you have to remember there is a cultural revolution starting from the young creators. They're the ones that made companies like Fortnite completely change their business model from having an internal team to making it completely creator led, and that happened in less than 6 months. These big huge corporations are definitely one to watch because you can't make dramatic decisions like this as a multi-billion dollar company without getting a buy-in from your board. So the evidence must be there that this is the time to act. And everybody always likes to follow. They say, "Okay, well, I'll follow." Well, guess what? You've got examples to follow now. Every major company in the world is adopting the creator economy, and it's
Even
time.
Disney even
Even
said, "We're
Disney.
stepping back. It's up to you guys now. You have the reins of the mouse."
Wow, that's crazy, right? Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back at 1 p.m. I'm going to share all this great content and get everyone out there. And when we come back at 1 p.m., we're going to have fun. We're going to run around Omniverse City. We're going to have a more hands on approach. So we'll see you there.
All righty. Thank you
Righto.
for
See
the
y'all later. I'm going to go upload the beach.